welcome. I get some crazy type captures going on. Really, really exciting ones. And then you guys bear with the car. It's all leading up to something. Like, I really didn't think I was going to find this place. I'll tell you where it is. There's footprints. I take you into the forest right after the car into the on our property. Or no, it's actually it's actually not on our property, but I visit there frequently my whole life, and crazy thing happens there. A couple things. They push over a tree. You'll see a capture. I don't have it. I don't want to move it into this voiceover. It'll mess up all the other voiceovers. It's unbelievable. You gotta look through the. Sorry, you gotta look through the. Usually I'm in a truck, so I'd be higher. But see here, like if I was approaching a forest near my house, like this, there's nothing. Where's the wind damage here? There's more wind here than anywhere where I live, and not one tree is knocked over. It's completely exposed to the river and wind. Nothing is amiss. Thanks for watching, you guys. Forgive my voice. I'm feeling much better. I'm showing this to you for a reason, and so just if I'm complaining or just talking about like there's nothing here, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm kind of showing how there's no wind. It's not, where's the tree damage now, and then so you'll see this kind of unravels into like a pretty amazing place. I tell you where it is, and it's this is just in the middle of nowhere out here. It is incredible. And I'm going to take you into the forest and then to Maryland. Believe it or not, you can go by that. They're always in the right ecosystems, these guys. And typically, like if it's really good with them, there's going to be lots of wildlife like in the area as well. Just in my opinion, just by default, like there's going to be, because there's good water, there's lots of buds on the trees and stuff to eat. I don't think that's why they're necessarily in the environment, but those are the environments they're in. Like, they don't need to eat the leaves, I don't think. But who knows, I also believe that, I think they told me that not a lot of the reasons they come to this, I think it's wood, but there's also ones that we wouldn't guess at. Like, I think it's like, so now let me tell you the secret. That's what any other Bigfoot person would have told you here, okay? I know better. So exactly what I said is true. They do not, in most cases here, let you know they're there. But all you got to do is find a place like this. I have secrets. I tell you most everything, but I can never quite reveal how I can go to them right now, right up there. Exactly in a beeline right to where they are. I can't even explain it myself. It's something they told me they gave to me, and other things as well. And some things that haven't. It's there in my head. I know it's hard to believe. and it'll be there when I need to use it. It's a crazy thing. So you just go like a place like that. I'm not saying there necessarily, but I think there is actually a really good example. So they have all these rock spots and stuff like that. Their spots are set up like kind of like our woods. As soon as you get deep in there, then you'll come across the Trident, the X, these certain spots. Giant X right here. Here they might just put like one leaner or one little white trident leaning on the tree. I that have always lived here. They will shoot anything, and I think there's probably been incidents like that throughout history. Where a hunter saw, so they'll just shoot them immediately. They won't be like, "Hey, how are you guys? I love you." They're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I had the craziest experience. This monster was trying to kill me. I shot at him." And this is the problem with us. Normally I'm turning the camera on because it's just insane. I'm finally turning it on again just because, now look, I understand here only because I grew up here and because of all the time I've spent in Colorado with them, you start to understand some things. So they are there, but you can't, it just can't be done like it is where I am. I was just telling Robert back home, like he's watching the trailer, I was like, man, you wouldn't believe like how there's nothing here. And then it is though. So it's all thin calibered structures, especially when you see rocks like this. So honestly here, not that I would lie, but honestly here you have to go basically just explore. Like you just pick a hill, be like, yeah, that looks pretty good. Like it looks like there's a Trident sideways right there. And then just walk up and literally just try to find them. And I was saying in Colorado, there'll be a giant bend coming out like in a Trident and behind it an X. and typically you're just hearing this part of the car because it's leading up to something I really didn't think would happen. It's unbelievable. Like, it's the difference. I'm trying to say the difference between, I'm tired, between here, not necessarily, I'm in New York, not necessarily where I am in Pennsylvania. It's very similar. You have to know where they are. So they have these spots, like, up in the clouds up there. I'm just making it up here. And then you just would never know it unless you walked upon it. Like, hold on a second. Like, as soon as you get to the boulder, it's like bent, and there's like, another thing about PA, okay, which is similar to these woods, is that you can't really see a lot of the structures, yes, but they make these intricate, unbelievable structures in like V trees, and the calibers are smaller. They love to use these small. Yeah, I'm in this Lincoln, and I was like moving pretty good going the other way on the way, and there's nobody out here, right? I turn the corner, I'm doing like, not too fast, it's a 55, and I'm doing maybe 65, 70, and what comes up right here? Cop. I'm just like, oh no, he's gonna, I'm like, no, and he didn't come. I will rarely do this. I'm filming because nothing exists here. And you would think it would. Which, it tells me something a little bit. There's nothing going on around here with humans or anything. Like, and they don't seem to be, I don't know. Like, I know, like I said, I know, look, there, I just saw the Tridents I've been telling you about. It's very important. You're going to see them everywhere. It's a fork or a tuning fork or a Trident, and it's turned upward. In the morning, I go out, and a tree has been pushed over that's a Trident. You guys won't believe it. I'll show it to you. It's just unbelievable. It's like, it can't be. Since 1980, we moved there in our backyard. So the moral of the story is, yeah, you can, it's not Bigfoot, okay? But they're like ancient beings, little ones as well, like little Ewoks, and these tree, I think mostly it's like these tree beings. I don't know what to call them. It's, a lot of people are aware of them. Like, people that don't even think about Bigfoot are all about like fairies and tree people, and they live inside the trees. I'm telling you guys, I have seen it filmed. Last time I was here, I filmed it. It's one of the problems when people step in just to take a look. I'm not talking about Bigfoot ever. I'm talking about other things, but they assume because of my name. Coming out there. Usually, if it's good enough, oh, that's it right there. See, if it's good enough, there's going to be something. There's a Trident. I see, you guys, this is really, really good right here. For the first time in hours, I see like a trees are in there as well. That's look at these guys. There's like a real world in there. The Trident tree that's back there, I can't back up. I'm on a really dangerous turn. Is amazing. There's the spot. That's how it works here, you guys. And then there'll be nothing. Like, whenever this spot ends, you can see. Look. Look at the ground. They're all broken, just ripped off. Oh, I can turn here? I'm going in here. This is all by accident. Nothing's an accident. See, this is what they had. It sort of looked like this tree, but it was like spidered out. Like, you could get 5 or 10 people just to sit in it. It was going like this, and there's nothing in the middle. And it was some ancient tree like that. Look at that place. It's amazing. The car behind me. Oh, it probably lives here. That's pretty cool. I found it. You guys, listen. Any of you can. I was really at a loss to myself. This is all going on just to me. So you're hearing what I'm saying is like a result of finally turning the video on just so I could show you. And then I saw it. You guys, there's some kind of untouched forest in there. I've never quite seen anything like it here. And unfortunately, I don't think I can prove that to you right now. That's something special, you guys. You got to see what I can see back. See, look, it's being done on purpose. You got to trust me, this is like Bigfoot stuff. I'm not kidding. Look at that. The middle's all been worked on. I don't have any footprints or anything like that, but that doesn't mean anything. They don't just walk out onto the road usually. Look, oh, there it is. I can't tell you what happens to me. Okay, so when I saw those few structures, there's some superpower embedded in me that they gave me that gives me this all-knowing, how good it is, unbelievable thing. I do not do it to myself. I thought that's what I thought for like years. I'm like, you're just insane, that's all. And they're like, no, we we tweaked you a bit with as far as we go. And I'm going to prove it right now. Remember, I have never even been close to here. That's as good as it gets here, you guys. And then look at the bottom. And then the bottom goes down and it's some kind of trident down there. This is the spot. I mean, that's unbelievable. I'm going to remember this, and I'm going to come here in the summer. Or whenever. You guys, it's all blinded in structures. That whole forest is special. I'll bet you there's another trident up there. I bet you that you got to kind of go up, where you can't see. It's always just out where you can't see. That's where they're hanging out. They won't just hang out right there. It's always going to be out of sight. They probably used to, and then this road came in. Why won't they just build like teepee, like right there, like they do in every other state? Oh, look at this is good. I'm on Faulkner Road. If you don't believe me and you live in Pennsylvania, I dare you. Is that private property? To come here and then tell me nothing's in there. This is the most magical place I've seen. This is what you want right here. Watch this. See if we can't get him. This is how I get him, you guys. I've literally watched him stick his head up and then down again. Reason being, almost every time in his life he did that, no one was looking at that hole. They're just walking by. He'll look. I'm looking right at him, That's where they live. That's the tree people. I swear to God to you guys. They live all over my farm. How am I supposed to tell the world that until I did this? Because I didn't understand it. I always knew, though. I have no knowledge of that, but I believe it. You guys, look at this. I can't believe it. I really can't believe, based on what I've been seeing. I don't expect you to be, you just got to trust what's in my gut right now. It's not just right there, it's like goes forever. Look how steep it goes, you guys. That's the place. You go to the top of there, I'll bet you it's insane. It always is. If they mark out front like that, when I told you how much of a lack of everything there was, then all of a sudden, there was the world. And everything in there is like twisted up and stuff. Look at it. There's no way that tree did that by itself. This is what I showed you in Maryland. Over and over and over. Where there's no... You could just walk right in there legally. It says for fishing, hiking, trapping. Oh, there's trapping in there? If there's trapping, couldn't you just walk upon a trap? I was telling you, I don't know if I'll put it in, but I was telling you, gotta see what's in there. It's like Colorado, Maryland type stuff. It's more discreet in this area of Pennsylvania. You really have to go. I believe it's based on the hunting over the years. Pennsylvania is a tremendously hunted state and always has been. By Jersey people, everybody, New York people. Well, this is actually New York, so sorry. We're in New York State. We're in New York State 20 miles to Pennsylvania. Are you gonna see this? I don't know. I think so. Because you know what the number one reason is? I want to see if I know anyone out here. If someone sees this video that's anywhere near Hancock, most people out here don't even have YouTube, but if you're anywhere near Walton or Hancock, New York, or Lake Como, Pennsylvania. So, everything I say, I speak like I've been out here a long time, and I rode motorcycles as a kid, even at 12 years old, for like all day long with my friends, and then the next day all day long, you know. So I really got to know. It's kind of the same thing that just by accident happened to Colorado. Anyway, I really have some friends up here, and some that were born here, have never even left. I mean, never been on a plane, nothing. They used to call me Flatlander when I came out, but I won them over. You got to win these guys over out here. Some of the the real, because they're just from here, married to their cousins, and no, I'm just teasing, and probably not too long ago, and they call me Flatlander. You found Bigfoot yet? It's just like, so when I was in Jersey, I finally moved to where I am. I sleep at 7,077 feet. So I finally text my buddy Frank up here, who's really a good guy, but literally as local as you could ever imagine, right? And I text him one day. I'm like, who's the Flatlander now, mother?
So I'm assuming it's good because it's some kind of dome. All of a sudden, there they are. Mountains of trees. There's not one little tree the wind blew over. I mean, you've never seen 10 miles of forest that was less affected, because people have to understand that wind doesn't blow over trees very much ever. Well, you see that in the middle of your town because you have destroyed it with roads and sidewalks. But out here, it does happen, but it's so much more rare than you think. I mean, do you think God made it where his trees fall over a lot? Of course not. That tree's been there for hundreds and hundreds of years, and will be there for hundreds more. A typhoon could come through here and that tree is not going to move. It's just, it's one of these things I don't understand, that what happened to people, to humans. I don't understand how they believe the things they do. This is one of my spots right here. This is our property. Look at the X. Remember I showed you his spot in there? It's inside the bottom. One of the X's has a teepee at the bottom, like a hut. And then check it out. This is the one with the little people. Like, I filled them twice. One in a log in there. I'm going to go in there at some point, so I'll probably be in the same video, but look how it's all like foggy in there. Hopefully you can see it. It's like, it's got an incredible mist. It's incredible. I love it. I gotta go in there. Look at right here, you guys. It's all little. They're the tree gnome. They're like gnomes. I swear, you guys. For entertainment purposes only, it's like everything they showed us in cartoons has some truth to it. And again, I don't know what anyone knows, but I filmed them, not just one, but like 3, all in the same trip. It's so good up there, you guys. Oh shit. Coming out. Look, X. Look, I'm not messing around, you guys. That means God. Sorry, I'm having memory. I'm just keep deleting videos that I don't want to delete. But so this is interesting. So I came down. I took you here last time I was here. There was no snow. It was really nice out, and that's when I was getting the tree people. That's where we're going to go. There's a pine forest across the street, right? But since last time, it looks like it's just been
I don't know. This has nothing to do with that tree. It's a totally different kind of tree. It's got moss all over it. It looks like it was dragged there. Here's another one. I don't think it came from here, right? And what is it? It's blocking the trail. Now, it's ugly, so it doesn't really look like they did it, right? But watch. I know it because I just was here. I tell you guys almost in every video that they block the trails. I mean, watch this. So I told my mom, I was like, Mom, there's an X back here. And in the X, there's like a, this is important because you're going to find the same thing in a place like this where it's not Bigfoot. That's the thing. Like, oh, I guess a Bigfoot doesn't live here. They don't live here. And it's not Bigfoot. They're just part of that world, the same world. He could probably take you to one of them. Like, hey, come in this portal. I'll show you where they are. Where's the X? It's like all the way hidden in here somewhere. Where is it? Give me a sec. Oh, there it is. Of course. I was going to say, no, 42 years. That's the first time any stick has ever been across that I was aware of. I don't think anyone would have moved it because this is our property. Because the river divides it. We bought this. It's an extra 5 acres. So in there is a hut. And it makes an unbelievable X when you look the other way. And it's on this, which is energy. It's always on these things. Oh, that wasn't like that either. So this has changed. This has been pushed that way. You know, could be wind. That's a Trident. You guys keep in mind, this was my first day. The first day I was there. So I just had woken up and had done all this stuff in New York. And I thought I had 2 more days. I was going to literally blow it out of the water here, for lack of better terms. Like, I was going to, this was just me figuring out what I was going to do the next couple of days, and then, you know, seeing what was going on, and I got the flu. It was, I couldn't do anything. So forgive me, but this, I think this, it's real good in here. Look, I think that was there. Not seeing any kind. So I was just here like 6 months ago. Now, without going back to look, most of you would have seen it. I think that leaning Trident was there. So unless it's been kept like that, I mean, I have to assume they keep it like that because, I mean, nothing's moved. It's one thing I notice about, so in 6 months, nothing will really change unless it's changed. It's crazy, but I find it amazing that perfect Trident is leaning there and has not moved. If I'm right, I don't want to swear, but I'm almost sure, because I even said it in the video. I was like, yeah, that was there. I think that was there. I think it was. People just don't look. You know, you just have to know. It's so there's something easy to this that we don't. That's why a lot of it doesn't make sense, because there's a lot more. We need more answers, and that's what we're doing. So let's go get some more. Let's go find a leprechaun. You guys, that's an X. Okay. Make no mistakes about it. It bends into one. It's just that branch is kind of blocking it. The green is blocking it. Now watch as we go. Hey, let's try that. I just did it by accident. Filter. This looks a little unusual. That's a lot of sticks. Feel gold. Right there. Trident. This looks funky. Let's go in here. I want to take you in there. You guys, they're so in there. I didn't only just get one of them inside of a tree. It was like 2 or 3. One was outstanding. You get to see them. I don't know if I can show you the timestamp because I might do this video while I'm here.
I'm not sure yet. And those timestamps are in Colorado on my computer. It's not going to let anyone see us come in. Okay, what's cool, I turned it on while the car's going by on purpose because that's what makes these places so special. It doesn't have to be far from a road or far. Well, we're remote anyway, so what makes this special is there's no access. So you can't park your car right there. There's not even a shoulder. So no one's going to come in here to even pee. I can get in here because I live here. Okay, there's already been new things. Yeah, I tell you guys, when I show up someplace, I swear they start to make it better because they know I'm going to come back. And they want me to be like, oh my God. It must be because I couldn't swear to that. Here's the tree. If I could get him again, that would be amazing. This is where I got the gnome, you guys. It was so good. It's online and I could probably find it. He was just in this, you guys. Look how much, something's going on here. Like this thing broke off the top a long time ago. Someone cut it at the road, probably for firewood, but I think this was the tree. He was so... I'm almost sure that's it. Yes, look how that one is just like an X up there. It's a branch that's holding it on. It can't be a mistake. I mean, like, that's hanging there because I'm telling you guys, I saw them. Look at this. Yeah, a human was in here cutting this up, but it looks a little bit too much like up in here. And then he was on that. I don't know if he thought I would. I think he thought I wouldn't see him. Or I got him. I just busted him, you know. See how these things are just like... Because this is legit. You got to see it. It's 4K, and he's this white being, and you can see every aspect of him. And he's just like up there. I don't know if he goes inside. I don't know. Like I said, I would just keep it... That, you know, there's a lot to this, that there's a reason why it doesn't make sense, because we can't do it or would ever want to. I think that was the tree. Gosh, it's so dark and misty. The camera's lighting it up, but it's like in the middle of the day. Look, here's another one. Like, wow. Another leaning trident. And look at the base. It's impossible. It's because it's exactly what I show you every single time I open turn my camera on. We got that huge poop right next to the shave, and he was like shaving a tree at the same time. Remember this one with me and John? Look at that blind. I think that's a blind right there. I think that person, they'll never see me because it's like pitch dark from right there. Frank M. So I just got a text, right? It's so funny because he lives right up there. It's the guy I was telling you about. He's an expert hunter. He said, the text said, did you break anything since you got to PA yet? That's what it said. All he does is bust on me. It's weird. It's so weird that right there. And it's got footprints. There, you guys, there's like footprints here. Like that's a footprint. Look, this is a blind. Well, I don't know why. But right there, and there's a trident behind it. It's them. This is like the road like cut right through that. Look, there's a trident. I've never seen it. It even has the third. And there's a blind there. I'm like, yeah, I don't understand why they put that there. And then look at the ground. In front, it's exactly like Colorado. There's another one. That's them. I don't know why they did it right there. Triples.
just showing this. I'm not trying to like do any world records. I just kind of want to back up where I filmed them. Like I said, I don't believe there's anything remotely close to a Bigfoot here. It's part of their world, though. Has one been here? Of course, at some point. But I don't think that they're doing much here. And I saw them in there. And you'll believe it when you see the tree. See, there's like a whole teepee right there, like a teepee structure. There's an old fence post that has all kinds of sticks going to it. I can't believe I got a text right here. It must be because I'm right here. I don't think I could be on a phone call here. I think it just came through like I got like a second of like a bar. See, all these branches have been put back up. There must be 20 or 30 of them. And then the rest are like on the ground right there. All right, here, without me filming, let me just get to that tree. Oh my goodness. Does that look like one of them? Oh my God. Did they do that on purpose? Look at this, you guys. It's just bark, I think. Look, it looks like what I see out here. Look, he's looking around you got to see this. When I saw that, I knew what it was right away. Like it was bark, but I think they might have poked the hole. I mean, how could that look like? Maybe not. I guess it's not. It's just not. But what are the chances? Looks like an other. As I go by, I say maybe it's random, but I'm looking at this thing. I think it's like every spot I show you with the rocks and stuff you guys find, and all the faces, thousands upon thousands of them under X's and all this stuff. So most likely, based on my experience, I think they did that. But you can be numb to it. It's like even me, like when I'm walking by, I'll be like, oh nah. It's very easy to push off, things that are out of our realm. Would I be tricked? I don't think so. But yeah, you'd be an idiot to think that that you're above being fooled by these guys. You got nothing walking out here. Something. No, it just drops from the trees. Give me a sec. Oh, this is it. Okay. I have very little battery. I can charge it at the quad, but it charges kind of slow. And I have little memory. Looks like a little chippy or something lives there. Yeah, he's dug it out and everything, but there's no, like just recently, but there's no footprints. Like it looks like he just walks away and you can't even tell that he walked on the snow. Here it is. Watch this. Mark, try not to ruin the video with your voice, okay? Absolutely. I agree completely. Watch this. Yes, I talk to myself and respond sometimes. But usually you'll hear it. Although my mom was doing it the other day, I'm like, Mom, you talk to yourself too? She's like, yeah, and respond sometimes. That's when you know you're crazy, if you're responding to yourself. I was like, I agree completely. We were just kidding. I mean, we know we're one person. But I think what that is, so I know a lot of you do this too. It's just thinking out loud. It's just, you're just trying to isolate a thought and process it. So if you talk to yourself, join the club. Especially if you're alone a lot, because like me, you wouldn't even believe the conversations that we have together. Yes, me and me, meaning we. It's pretty funny. I thought this was it. You guys. There's a tree. I stuck the phone inside of it. I thought it was near this thing. So my properties really, they look out of that, you guys. This whole thing's hollow, and they tell you they're in it. Believe me, this would not be here. You see this? They can't not tell you. That's an X. That was like that. This has not changed one bit. And I stuck my phone in there, and there was something in there. Everybody got it. Like, let's put it this way. If it's not something in there, it sure was a face that was Paradolia. How about that? It's crazy. I don't want it to be. I'll get more views if I go up to that, be like, nope, nothing's in there. Not real. These Bigfoot people are idiots. I think I'd get millions of, well, that I'm censored now, but you can tell it's only the same people see me. Like Facebook's taken off a little bit. I'm getting like 1,000 people a day on Facebook. Get snow. Let's see if we can get it to light up. But number 1 usually does it. There was something in there, you guys. Like, it's so solid. That's why I feel like something just made that. Because I see that same thing in the rocks and the boulders. They even lift them up to look out of, and they watch you. Something goes in there sometimes. They take stuff from these trees. I don't see it, but we'll just leave it like that for a second. Can't you picture like another in there? He's just chilling. It's probably pretty warm in there, you guys. Everything's a trident. What a great little pine. This is like the best pine forest, like around here. And sure enough, it doesn't have like seats and like giant scale. It's like these limited places to like do what they do. To come sit in the stump. I don't know. I don't understand it, you guys. The more I think about it, the harder it becomes. You see, look at this. Look how every single thing is broken right on the way there. And it's an X. It's not an accident. Look, guys, this is not an accident. Look. It's grafted into this one. I'm not kidding. There's no way. I just moved it. This was down here. They had this thing pulled down. Look, it was pulled down. It was like underneath that, like that. And then it was stuck as an X. I broke it. Darn it. Look, everything's broken. Every single thing has been broken and made into a structure. All those branches are leaning. I'm so happy with this. I'm so happy with this. Because remember, this is where, I could come live here if I want to. Now, would you sign on to see this place? No. Unless I could get him to do something you wouldn't want to. Like once, yeah. Mark was in PA, let's check it out. I truly believe almost all of you will. Just because I was somewhere else. But once, not like, hey, I'm now Pennsylvania Bigfoot. All we're going to see is trees that I claim little beings that you don't believe live in there. Well, they don't live, but they come from their world. And I'm over here. And I just walked like 100 feet this way. I look that way. And this is 100%. I sort of remember maybe seeing this. Maybe I did come to this. Look at that. Who did that? What are they marking over here? Here it is again, the same thing I've been mentioning over and over and over. I don't know how many were in Maryland. You guys ready for this? This is the hard part. It's a really hard part. Just for fun, say you had to bet $10. Would you bet that tree is an explanation of, say, someone like your mayor would give you, or that would the second choice be maybe something that we just don't know about? What would you bet on? I won't mention that it's also happening on a founded system, on private property. Patent founded system, a language. It's not really a language,
It's this
but
guy's property.
in a sense, it's
Our property ends at the road.
universally used.
So as soon as I crossed, I'm on my old Uncle Mike's property. But the guy that owns it lives so far from here, he's probably never walked in here before. I'll tell you, some of these footprints look quite long.
He definitely has. I always hear people mention babies and juveniles, and they're just wrong because they're just little. Usually wrong. But here,
About how they take the Trident
little.
and turn them sideways. I just filmed like 4 or 5 of them on my property. Between us, I still consider this mine. Like, I don't own it, but I spent my whole life right here.
So what does that teach us, really? If you see one of these sideways tridents, it's possible, no matter what we see or think, that there could be
It's a pretty little river.
something fun going on.
So this is a tributary. It's not actually the river. This is making its way down to the river. It's called.
So what I'm trying to say is, you talk to yourself anyway, most likely. If you're in a place like this and you see a sideways trident, just start hanging around. Just talk. You know what I mean? Just be like, hey, hi. You know,
I could film there. I told you guys 8 years ago.
You get used to it.
Just watch to see what happens around the Bigfoot community. Every single one of them will stop making videos, which they have. How many videos do you see of someone actually breaking down structures in their worlds?
This is legit, but I don't know why
look at
it's. I came back and
Right
I don't know
past
why
that's
it's there.
the bridge and like a real deep hole of water. Was explaining how if you want that, you have to come here in the summer, and then it happened. Look at it. Oh, I heard something else. 2 times. So one fell over there or broke in half, and then that happened. Look, right next to me, and then something else happened recently right there. My phone has 2%. You guys, there's still. My phone's gonna die. I can't see my screen. You guys, look at that. What? Something went this way too. That's a footprint from me. Not that way to that, but right here. Hold on, right there. But that's when I first came in here. I took you guys over there. I saw the X, the black X in the Trident. Like, my footprints go over there. That was from like a half an hour ago. My footprints go like that, not from here. Well, now they come from here. You guys, that was all disturbed. I made sure before I walked in it that there was nothing there except. I didn't get it on the camera. I was just telling you that they won't do it. Oh my God, I didn't even see it the whole time. It's like a trident. That just happened. You can see the wood. That happened recently. I don't see that side of that one. Like, that got ripped off and there's nothing there. That's why I think that sometimes they wanted that branch and they take it with them. I lost my blood. Oh my God, I gotta go. I gotta go because I'm gonna go across the street and charge my cell phone. And then hang around here. I think that means really good, you guys. It means they hear me. They just stuck that thing in there. There's the stick to Trident. I film it on almost every single one that I've ever shown you. Look how unique it is. This is a tree they've had since it was planted. Everything's funk. It's just funky city. You guys, they can be right here, and you will never know it. The deception is, the hardest part about this is seeing them. You guys, look at that tree next to it. When you get to the top. I can't do it, my phone's dead. Because when you see them, you don't understand how that you could not see them. And then, because that's not the first time that's happened to me. It's happened on video. You guys can watch the video. Many different times, multiple trees crashing down around me. Meanwhile, not one of you, if you spent the rest of your life in the forest, would ever be able to film a tree being pushed down next to you. Isn't that amazing? That's the amazing thing about people. You know, they deny something that they could never do, and I've done it, I think, 75 times. You know, so it's kind of frustrating to be me. I'll tell you, I think it really comes down to locate. You would never think that this existed. I see why people like out here, like, I've been hunting because they've never been in a place where they really are. Very little, you know, and then all of a sudden, there it is. It's like ley lines out here. That's why it could be deserted of them for 20 miles. Maybe not that much, but it would seem like it. And all of a sudden, the entire world changes.
And I've been seeing some of that here. I somehow took a wrong turn, and I'm like way back in here, and I see it's just too good up there. It's just like Colorado, you guys. The rest of it, like you go out over there, it's there, but it's just not the same, you know. This is one of the reasons regular people, you know, using common sense, don't think, they just think that they would have to see a Bigfoot walking through like they would a deer, right? It doesn't live out there. That's the difference. You know? It doesn't sleep here. It's like resources, sun, things like that. I mean, you guys, the teepee that I saw up there, it was some giant trident that went across the entire forest parallel, was like broken downward, and then it was into a giant, not a teepee structure, like a teepee. I couldn't film it because I'm a little nervous about I think I have plenty, but I'm a little nervous about my gas because I'm all the way out here, and my GPS is like I have no cell reception. I think my maps is working still. Like I think it takes an image while it was in it. Look at these multi-tridents. I told you guys, it's insane. Look at the teepee. You guys, there's giant tridents and teepee structures in there. So, off the top of my head, I believe this was called Reservoir Road. I think it's Route 10.
I think
Reservoir
the secret
Road.
in like
right out of Hancock.
This is New York State.
It's really amazing on this road.
Pennsylvania. We're 10 miles east of the Delaware River, say Hancock, New York. So it's very similar, I would imagine, the forest. But there is a very historic river separating these forests. Over now. Because I don't know what I did. I should be okay. I don't care except for the gas, and I sort of want to get back to my parents. I think this is gonna bring me back. I've been seeing that company for my whole life out here. It's like, must be an East Coast company. They're like a real commercial tree company. Look, State Trooper barracks. I'm here. I just saw Hancock. There's McDonald's. Over now. So there you go. Just right out that way. It's insane. Like if you guys are ever around, you just go out behind me. I don't know what the name. I think it's 10. It's called Reservoir 10. So that was a reservoir. That's good, you guys. I know exactly where I am. Yay! I got to go shopping for my mom. I got to go buy I have a list. Oh, this is new. This was never here before. There's a coffee shop and some kind of new funky gas station. Cool. That was never there before. Of course, we got Mickey D's. This used to be a big deal like 15, 20 years ago when McDonald's got there. Still nothing here. So I'd be working like 20 miles away, like for a week or two at a time in the middle of the winter. So like once in a while, I'd take one of my guys and we would just get up and go to drive all the way here just to get McDonald's breakfast and seem like we were like still alive. Because out here 20, 30 years ago, I mean, you didn't have cell phones. There's nothing here. Just the people that have always been here. And like a couple people from New Jersey. They call us Flatlanders. Just think about all those lives. Crazy, you know? Like their story will never really be told. They just lived this entire life and nobody has any idea. Because that was 200 years ago. We're just all, like, I think Donald Trump just said it recently, we're just, one day someone else will be driving this car, someone else will be living in your house. It'll be like we didn't even exist. Isn't that crazy? It's not an accident. It shows you that this life isn't. You guys, check it out, Hancock, New York. I'm so thrilled. I didn't really. If you see some video and it had like, I was showing you the forest here, and I add this like at the end. It's because I didn't come out to really do. I mean, it was a little bit. That's what gets me here. I'm like, sure, Mom, let me go shopping for you, because I knew like I could, you know. She's like, take your time. You know, so I've been just driving like up and down, like just seeing what's going on. It's what I have to do. I don't really always want to. It's just the commitment I made. I'm gonna. Not only am I trying to figure out Colorado, but everywhere else. I'm just trying to piece. It all fits together. You know, we're the one that separates things. We drew a bunch of lines. Turn here. You know, so that's how we really, it does work. Like, oh, he's all the way over in Delaware. It's like, if we didn't draw a line, you wouldn't think it was that far away. It's just like, why can't it just be one state, you know? Like, why do we have 50 states? It should just be one. It should be the United State. Colorado Bigfoot for president. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't even be like, I'd be lucky to like be head of the janitors.
This is good right here. Guys, this is so good in here. We returned. Is this my third time here? This is my third time here.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, remember I was talking to you. I remember.
No, we snuck in the back way a couple times.
Remember how we were doing the video by the gazebo? Right here. The brakes here are incredible. It's all them, you guys. This is all structures. Look at this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
Like,
you're not supposed to park here.
No. We would just come, like, we can just walk across from the parking lot and like hit that corner over there. You guys, so this is my third time. Every time, watch, you'll see this. Look at, there's another one. It's not snow load. There is no snow here. I'm gonna break a tree like that. You guys, they do it. It's part of their system, and the reason they do the brakes, I'm here to tell you. It took me a long time to figure out.
That's definitely them right there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because they go in it. The brake is where they use like photosynthesis, like a sped up energy. I'm telling you, and that's so the brakes. It's not like always some decoration. They do it for absolute reason, and it's done repetitively across the earth. And it's something I see, especially in Maryland and Virginia. And then we've proved it because we catch them on those brakes. Not always what you would think is a Bigfoot. You know, there's like they're like little and big and small and different colors, and oh man, this is good. I'm so glad that we're here today, because where I'm going tomorrow is all snow, and I'm gonna still hopefully film a video, but you guys. So we're in Maryland, right?
Yeah.
We're in Maryland. People like Maryland videos. I have so many people. Shout out to all, like Ross Troy, like all my Maryland people are here, and they like the Maryland. So hopefully we don't let you down and we get something good. And we're not really here to like do some groundbreaking video, but because of Patreon and stuff, I gotta document this. Now remember, if it wasn't for those guys, there wouldn't be any video. I would never take the time to. I want to do it, but I can't without. I would just be here with John, and we'd go out and dominate. But because of those guys, we're going to document this. And because of all you guys that are about to go there. Because if you don't, I'm in trouble. Look at that tree. I love looking at trees with holes in them. Just always do it. Never, if there's a tree and there's a big cave-like hole in it, just check it out. That's all I'm saying. Like, put your camera on it. Never rely, I'm being completely serious, on your own eyeballs. Look at that structure. Some of these structures are colossal, John. Like, so we have John Pappas as well. So we have two Johns, and John Pappas is, I think, on his way. So let's see what happens. Just happened to be right, a little more right there. Now watch this. The end of that stump just happens to be a face. Where is it? I can't see it. Watch this. Right there. You see that? And there's like a white dangling stick in front of it. Mm-hmm. Marker.
Oh, there's so much behind.
Oh, yeah.
Pull to the side here, let me go by.
Break in front. Trident. Look, Trident, break in front. Remember, this is the places you can see, so it's very discreet. But you guys, we've had a lot of experience here way back in the forest. It's insane. So the places that you can see are being messed with. That's all the structures there. We're just, before we go in, we're waiting for John a little bit, so we're just kind of deciding whether maybe we should walk in there for 10 minutes. Everything you look at, you guys, is them. This stuff is all them. See that structure?
Yeah, that stuff right there, all that stuff right there.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
There's no bases for those trees right there.
Welcome to Maryland. It is so good. You guys, this is like, we just make a joke, but it's like a test tube facility. Some of the creatures I've seen here are milky white. Look at here. I told you, it's always on ley lines. They're structures. If you were to follow, so this is a great place to follow. Like, if you see that and then you see almost a duplicate over here, or it reminds you of what's over there, follow that line. Because actually, can we park there? It doesn't say no parking. We might get attention, or
we might. I don't know if we're supposed to, but we're so close to the parking lot.
oh, okay, yeah.
There's no point in that.
Pull, if you don't mind, pull up to there. I want to look down because that path. Look at that path. So what I figured out is that they're all on ley lines. So our ley lines on maps were just made up. They were all, they're ways that even our elite humans travel now. Like so, when they travel, it's ways they haven't told us about yet.
Oh.
And they're all on ley lines. All of my structures, all of my best places are on a ley line on a map. So that's why you can follow the best structures in a line. So if you were to follow those two, I bet you back there is something. There's some reward back there. And you can tell this is all run down. I love when it's just like closed down. And of course, you guys, in the summer, can you imagine how good this is in the summer?
You couldn't see very far. You wouldn't see 10
right.
feet.
That's why it becomes good. And in the winter, it's different. You know, it's just not.
Yeah, they are not as here as much. That's for sure.
They're here, but it's like the numbers are less.
Yeah.
From what I tell. Yeah, it's just not the same. It's I use the beach comparison. Like when it's nice, everyone's on the beach. When it's not, there's always someone on the beach. Look at this leaning trident right there. Sorry about that. You know, I don't know what that is. You guys ever say it's not a wart. It's like a bump on my finger. So if you ever say that, I don't even know what it is. Right there. Watch my camera. Leaning trident. Remember here, it's everything blends in, so it's like if you're seeing a gray trident leaning against a gray tree, it's hard to see it. Triangle inside the bushes. It's all here, you guys. I filmed them here, like many different ones, like in really good, like 4K, no blur, no Paradolia.
That right there is cool.
We got to do something special in Maryland one day. We got to get like 5 to 10 people together in Maryland.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm tempted to park. And go
Do you
walk
see
over
that
and
brick? I mean, look, that's it's broken like with force, just like 20 feet up the tree. Mm-hmm. And it's done here like at every 5 feet. There's no, as you can say, there's no snow. There hasn't been any snow. And it's all been like recently done, which is amazing.
A teepee over there?
I saw that right there.
Way back there.
It's supposed to look like one, yeah, right there. There's like a teepee,
sure, yeah.
teepee-like type structure back there.
Yeah.
Well, remember one of the coolest places I found where I got them time-stamped was once we were a mile or two back in there a few years ago, and then we came to a giant pushed-over tree. Remember the root was like 20 feet in circumference, or like 15 feet, and they were all over that, like little ones. So that's the day they push the trees over, and then they go to those spots. That's why so many trees are pushed over. It's because it creates this magical meshing with their technology environment, in my opinion. Now I've been seeing a lot of good videos like this. There's good pictures. It's just like this, John. Look, so like you'll see it, and then people look down that path. It looks just like that, and there's a giant X right over it. So there's a place like that in Maryland because Dave took me there. Was that you and Dave?
Probably. I was probably there.
The first time when you guys we were hanging meat up or something? Was that you or was that somebody else?
That might have been Dave.
Oh yeah, and I was like, hold on a second, this is not what we're doing. And I showed them, and I pretty much, Dave will tell you I pretty much blew his, that's when I won Dave over, because I showed him, like I got out of the car for the first time ever meeting him, and we just blew that place out of the, it was the power lines. It was insane what was going on in those power lines. All right, over now. Sorry, I talked too much.
Just thought it was an interesting area right here. I'd come a little closer here.
I meant sorry to you end the video because I talked too much. I get excited, you guys. Remember, I also have a disability, so I'm not like this flawless speaker. I just know what I'm doing out here. Over now.